Oh, yeah, baby. Welcome, everyone. You can see my name on the screen. I'm happy that... Actually, it's the beginning of the stream. No one's here yet. But the people who are watching the replay, welcome to the...
I just got the notification that you just went live. So.
Oh, good. I always forget to check. I should check the Facebook.
That's the Facebook notification.
Good. So the Podcasters Lounge, everyone, we're just hanging out, having fun. Don't expect content. Don't expect value.
Someone could get value out of
yes. I mean,
random chit chat. I mean, you've listened to my podcast.
Oh, I can't wait to listen to the new one. It's about The Irishman, which I saw.
Yes.
The other day.
What did you think of it?
In general, I liked it. I mean, it was well done, but you could really tell, like, it was like
sound great. Oh, what?
Wow.
Did I miss?
Wow.
What'd I miss?
This is how Ralph enters. What's up, Ralph M. Rivera? What's up, Facebook user? See, why does it say Facebook user? American Liberty on YouTube. Party time. Party time. Excellent. What did they say?
They did. It's party time. Excellent. And we're like,
oh, I got it. Woo, yeah. So welcome, Facebook user. If you want to say who you are, then we could talk to you by name. See, on Facebook on the post, by the way, Facebook user, if you could do this for me now, in the Facebook post that says that we're live, it should give a link for you to click to sort of authenticate yourself or something. I don't know. Just look in the post, see if you see a link or something that you can, like I said, sort of authenticate yourself. Hey, oh, cool, Jason. What's up, man? Jason Curtis. Yeah, if you could try that, that'd be great. So, yeah, I mean, like, the Podcasters Lounge is just hanging out. I mean, value will be there somewhere. I mean...
No.
No? Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
This is a no-value proposition.
Okay. Well, I mean, what value are you going to get from an idiot anyway? I mean...
Don't call Brad an idiot.
Don't
do that. How dare you?
I mean, come on. I have.
Oh, God.
Sexy.
That's like my kryptonite.
Sexy.
Look at this.
If you ever...
USB and XLR.
Oh, yeah, baby.
So
if
basically
you ever meet
the best microphone on the planet.
Meet me in a dark alley and you want to fight, just bring a Blue Yeti and be like...
No, this is the Blue Yeti Pro.
Ooh, sexy.
It never gets
Ralph,
used. It just sits in my basement.
How are you, my friend? Like we didn't talk like 10 minutes ago?
I know, like an hour ago. I let off some steam to Ralph.
I'm glad Ralph could be there to be that guy for you.
Me too.
I was putting my kids to bed.
It's too bad we're not both in New Jersey anymore because we used to be able to cuddle.
Oh!
Now we're too far away.
He could probably use that right now.
He could
use a good spoon.
I'm scared like people will somehow at some point take you seriously when you say things like that.
You mean that we cuddle?
Yeah, say something so Chris knows you're here. Yeah, baby.
Very true.
Very true. You just yetied in my pants? Oh, God.
So who's Facebook user?
Hey, Ralph, you're a little quiet, man.
You got quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, I gotta get myself a cloud lifter.
So or just get close to the mic, yeah.
How's this? Is this okay?
Get a cloud lifter, a fat head, and a dynamite.
If you had one of these connected,
Chris, is this
all your
level
problems would
okay?
be over.
Is this level okay, Chris?
Oh, God. So look,
hey, Brad,
if you're listening and watching, hold on, Ralph. If you have questions, let us know. If you're watching and you have questions, what's up, Gary? How you doing, man? Yeah, you granted the Keymaster StreamYard access, so maybe I'm not anonymous. Yeah, see, Gary did that. Oh, Rebecca's here. Oh, hey, Becky. Facebook user. Yes, we got you by name. Happy you guys are here. If you have any questions, podcasting questions, seriously, throw them out because I mean, I'm an idiot. These other two are knowledgeable, but we're just going to talk smack and just have fun the whole time.
I'm an old man, so I may not know how it works.
Don't underestimate how much of an idiot I am.
Ralph's the only young Latino presidential candidate here.
That's right. God bless America.
I had an idea. Brad, tell me what you think of this
Yes.
idea. I had this idea like 6-8 months ago, and I told Ralph. I told Ralph that him and I should run for president and vice president and make it all about like podcasting. Like we're the podcasting president and VP. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and just really make videos and do it. And just talk all about podcasting. And like, if someone asks about the economy, like, well, podcasting can solve the economy.
or list off economy podcasts that they should listen to.
Exactly.
So you have to find some rivals that you can bash in your ads. So
we can create them. Right? Create a character.
Like so and so said this on episode 20. I can't believe it.
Like Jimmy Green Pants. He's our competition. You know what I mean? Like, what a jerk he is. What bad policy he advocates. So old man Brad. Oh, yes. God, why did you write that? Why did I write that? Anyway, so your show is just give everybody your spiel real quick.
My spiel, I am the co-host of The Cinema Guys with Justin and the Cinemaiden, and we just roundtable with just three friends that just chat about movies. And we can be found at wearethecinemagays.com.
There you go. And everyone, spam in the chat. Spam your show. Spam your link. Just spam for the next 30 seconds. Everybody, come on.
Chris is giving the okay.
Did we ever decide who was going to be president on our ticket?
No. Although I think you told me you wanted me to be, and I told you that I wanted you to be. So we already had a disagreement.
Who wants their name on top?
Well, Chris always likes to be the top.
I mean, Ralph has the M in there, which makes it more presidential to be like Ralph M. Rivera.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
and see, also here's my thought: Ralph is more smooth and he just dropped off. Anyway, as I just start talking about him, he drops off.
He's like, see, look at he just left you.
That's right. What kind of president would walk out on his VP? No, I said Ralph's nice and calm. I would be the. Hold on, Ralph. I'll click you in. Yeah,
he's back. He just wanted to be on the middle. He wanted to be on the other side.
You wanted to be on the right, Ralph?
I just spent the past 10 minutes trying to sort out my camera, and now I got to do it all over again.
Oh God.
Guys,
so.
I can't believe you white people have all the power.
Ralph is subdued, and I'm more outspoken. So I thought, as a VP, I can go around and clobber people, and then Ralph will be like the nice presidential guy, sweet talker guy.
You do all the dirty work, and he'll get all the credit.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it'll be fun because I'll just say like amazingly horrible, awful things, and then I'll just be like, just talk to Chris Curran about that. So I'll
American
be like,
Liberty.
you know, I mean, you know what the real problem with the world is the Hispanics. But Chris Curran can tell you more about that.
So American Liberty says, if you could give one piece of podcasting advice, what would it be, Mr. President? Ralph?
That's you.
Well, see, it's already back on me. There's obviously that question is a joke.
I do have a bit of advice. Don't buy a Heil PR40.
Okay. What if that's the perfect mic for their voice, though?
Well, then that would be a good buy. However,
okay.
I think because I was watching all of these Black Friday sales and all of these affiliate marketers out there who are dabbling in podcasting, they're all selling the Heil PR40 because apparently that's the only thing that gives away an affiliate link, I guess. But to be fair, I've been at a lot of microphone shootouts, and the PR40 has never won the shootout. There's never been a single person that said, "Wow, my voice sounds the best on the PR40."
Yeah. Although I'm sure there are people that like that, but not the majority. For sure.
You mean like this?
Yeah, that's PR40. Yeah, thank you, Brad. Brad, you're gonna, dude. Just
it's here all night.
Brad, if you ever in public, in person, bring me a blue, like try to goof on me with a Blue Yeti, just beware that damage might happen. I mean, I'm just saying. So if you don't want something damaged, then don't.
By the way, old man, big props for wearing the Mandalorian t-shirt.
It's the best show out there right now.
Yeah.
So good.
Really? What is that?
Watchmen?
Oh yeah, that one's they're neck and neck right there.
Yeah.
They're both really good. You have Disney Plus, Chris. Mandalorian's on Disney Plus.
Oh no.
It's a new Star Wars show.
Oh, it's a show.
It has
Yes.
really brought back the magic of Star Wars.
Oh, absolutely.
I think if I could sum up Mandalorian in one word, it would be McClunky.
Oh boy. All right, everybody in the chat watching, please type in what TV shows you're watching. What's your favorite TV show now? Mine, I don't have one. Yeah, I don't. What's the last
What have
one
you
I
been
watched?
watching, Chris?
What?
What have you been watching?
I watch a lot of just random YouTube videos and stuff, and but I did watch The Irishman about last weekend, and like I was saying,
You started last week and it just finished it.
no,
today,
no.
'cause
We
Right.
watched
it's
it
that
on
long.
we watched it on Saturday the whole way through
In one sitting?
in
Oh,
one sitting
wow.
Because, my friend Marty says that you have to watch it in one sitting.
without a bathroom break, 3.5
Whoa.
hours.
That's
Wow.
brave.
Well, anyway, I liked it. However, and by the way, Brad, on your show, that's your most recent episode. You guys talk about The Irishman.
It is. Chris.
I liked it. Well made and good to follow. Like it was good. But if you were to compare it to Goodfellas, let's say,
no.
yeah, it's
My
not,
my favorite of his is Casino, and
Oh.
compared to that, yeah.
Are you being serious or are you joking?
All being serious, I love
Really?
yes
Casino over
over
Goodfellas?
Goodfellas. Yes,
Wow. So how long have you been an America hating communist? Wow.
Baby Yoda.
How many
Saturday,
lollipops
summer.
did you steal from baby children?
Oh, jeez.
5 today.
Oh, that makes sense.
Brad, this is what happens on your show. Your co-hosts just pummel you.
Oh, they do.
Good
You're like, I
God.
love this
No
movie.
different
They're like,
anywhere I go.
what?
Wow, Casino.
Goliath. What's Goliath? Hey, Jason Curtis from YouTube. Now we can horse show announcer Jason E. Curtis. And American Liberty says The Curse of Oak Island.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, what is that? Sharp Objects. Oh, that's the HBO one, right? I think that's the last one
Heard
I
of that
watched. Yes. I got that HBO Now or whatever on your phone, and I got it for like a month, and then I watched a bunch of stuff, and I watched the old old Larry Sanders Show rerun, shows.
Oh, those were great.
Oh, and then I got rid of the HBO Now, but I did watch. I think it was Sharp Objects.
Until you want to watch something again, then you do a new email address and then binge, and then
Well, I don't mind. I mean, paying what was it $10 a month? I mean,
Brad, let me ask you a question. On a
Yeah.
scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate Battlefield Earth?
definitely 1.
oh, I don't know that one.
You've redeemed yourself.
Okay, that movie's awful.
I love it because it's awful.
I mean, I love bad movies, and that one's just one that I can't rewatch. I saw it in the theater and
Here's a question for you two. What movie scenes do you like so much that you find yourself YouTubing that individual scene?
the Obi-Wan Anakin fight scene in episode 3.
All right, Chris.
I will YouTube and watch just that.
What was the question?
We're
What
gonna
movie
do top 3, so I'm gonna give you a second to think of two
What
more.
movie
Brad.
scene do I like so much that I find that on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, I stumble across things. I'll watch it. Like actually, we just watched while we were eating dinner tonight. This one video was explaining the ending of. Oh God, now I can't remember the movie. Anyway, so we watched that. It was good, but yeah, I don't. I'll keep thinking about it. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I like that scene, the warehouse scene in Justice League with Batman, where
When
he's
the- when the-
rescuing Martha Kent, which is like the solid, contiguous 3 minutes, the only contiguous 3 minutes of that movie that's any good.
Is that the part where he's like, "What did you say? What's the
No,
name?"
that's after that. That's after they make nice. After they kiss
Oh
and
yeah,
make up.
the is that the one where the Batmobile slides around and he's looking at Superman as he's sliding by?
No. It's
one?
after they make they become friends, and Batman has to go rescue Superman's mother, and he goes into the warehouse.
Oh yeah.
And he's letting loose with all
Where-
his little
where he-
bat gadgets.
Beats down all those guys.
Yeah. There's
That
a
is
great
good
shot
scene.
in there
That is a
where
good scene.
the choreography is great. There's a great shot where they tumble Batman over, and one guy takes his gun out and he shoots Batman point blank in the back of the head, but of course he's got the armor on. So you hear Batman just go, "Urgh," and then just haul ass and kick his butt.
That is a good scene.
It's a good scene. I think Chris is partial to Police Academy 4.
I did watch a clip from that within the last month. Jason says the timing is okay. My timing is fine, but you guys, the video's off with the audio. Hopefully that's. I mean, you guys look okay to me, so hopefully it's okay. And Gary says the BFE. What movie was that? BFE.
Battlefield Earth.
Oh yeah, he gave it a -1.
Minus, wow.
And American Liberty asks, "What mic are you using, Ralph?"
This is the. It's a delicious, delightful.
Come on, say it.
Heil PR40.
Yes.
It's only because I'm waiting for my Electro Voice RE20s.
Oh my.
With my Cloud Lifter. You got
Brad,
a Cloud Lifter for free. I was there when you got that.
I got an ATR 2100.
Yep. Oh, hey, the episode of my show coming out tomorrow is with David Hooper, and he did an 8 microphone blind test. He recorded 8 clips, and him and I did a whole episode where we listened to all 8, and I give my feedback on all 8, and then at the end he reveals what they are. And all I have to say is, well, anyway, you have to listen to it. But
go ahead. Your favorite is the Blue Yeti.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, actually.
The pro version. It's okay. You can say it. We're with you. We'll be,
No.
This
right here.
We're all amongst friends here.
Oh, God. I love when he puts that in the screen. Does anyone else, as Dave Jackson would say, throw up in your mouth a little?
Oh, Dave.
Where is Dave?
He's busy.
Remember the days when we used to start talking about Dave Jackson and Ralph would message him live
my God,
and say,
that was the best.
Get on the stream.
That was the best. Him calling in from his car to start a fight was the best.
Yeah. Jeez. So, so the lounge. Ralph, Ralph, you post a lot of pictures of cigars and liquor, dude.
Yeah. I just bought they have a word for it and I can't remember what it is, but it's basically an electric
Alcoholics Anonymous handbook.
Yes. Well, that was the second thing. A thermoelectric humidor, which maintains 70 degrees in temperature, 70 degrees humidity. Because I went to a cigar show the other day and I walked away with an embarrassingly large number of boxes, and I didn't want them to go to waste.
Okay.
Brad, you a cigar smoker?
I am not.
I'm horrible at keeping cigars well maintained. So I decided to just get a box that does it through magic.
There you go. Jason Curtis says, "What's the new mic to replace the Sennheiser 416?" I don't know, but the Booth Junkie just did a video, I think, where he paired the
is that the shotgun?
Yeah. There was another company. Yeah, I'll look it up while you guys keep talking. It's I'll look it up.
So yeah.
You a gamer, Brad?
Not as much as when I was younger. Now with kids, I don't get a chance to play too much.
Oh man, that's the best time to be a gamer, when you can play with your kids.
We do. We have a Switch and we play that a lot, but
that's neat.
That's the only system we have in our house.
Did you ever hear of Factorio?
No.
Look that up. If you like role-playing kind of games, it's pretty neat.
Factorio.
It's kind of like SimCity and Civilization.
Okay.
Okay, Jason Curtis.
Ooh.
Yeah, Cinco. That's it. It's the Cinco Mic D2 hypercardioid condenser shotgun. It's $250, and he had this one right next to the 416. In fact, hold on a second. See, right here. Oh, God. How do you get past the ad?
It's called an ad blocker.
You could sign up for YouTube Red and not have those.
I mean, really, people?
And then you can watch all those Smosh videos, all those great Smosh movies.
What the heck is Smosh?
It's a very popular YouTube channel that I'm way too old to find funny.
Oh. Anyway, he puts the 416 is right here, and then this one's the Cinco, and he goes back and forth, and he says he can't hear a difference. And just with me listening, I wasn't critically listening, but I was listening, and I didn't hear much of a difference. But anyway, that's the answer. Okay,
And
terrific.
it's a fraction of the price.
Okay, drive through. So you can buy 4 of them, point them at the 4 corners of your mouth.
How much is the 416?
It's 1,000.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I got it on sale for $800. It went on sale for $600 like 2.5 years ago, but I found out later it was a mistake. BSW put it for $600. They weren't supposed to. And I saw it, and I still didn't buy it at $600 back then, which I should have. And then a year and a half later, I was like, I wanted one, so I got one. But it only went on sale for $800. But American Liberty likes role-playing games, but she says I'm not allowed to talk in public about it to anyone. Oh, hey now, I don't understand.
Was it? Then wasn't it just talked about in public because you read it? Now it's in the public forum.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh. But it's okay for you to talk about it in public.
so do you guys? So Ralph, what's up with you, man? What's new?
Same old stuff, working hard.
Franklin, Tennessee.
Franklin, Tennessee. I love it down here. I got to tell you, it's really nice down here. The town where I live, Franklin, they really do a good job every season of dressing up the town. Like the town right now is like it's full of like lights and wreaths and every season they do something that just makes the town look just absolutely gorgeous. It's a lot of fun. When are you coming to visit?
I don't know.
I was
still
talking
trying
to Brad.
figure. Brad.
I'm closer than he is.
Where are you, Brad?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh yeah. Wow, there's
So-
a lot of podcasters in Ohio.
There is, in and around.
Isn't
lot
that
of
where
astronauts, too.
Lipson's corporate headquarters is?
Hmm?
Isn't that where
Blue-
Lipson is? Their corporate
Pittsburgh.
headquarters?
Blueberry is in Columbus.
Ah, okay.
I know they have offices there,
Lipson's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
which
So
is
they're-
too far away.
Dave Jackson's in Cincinnati, though, right?
He is outside of what, Toledo?
Or Dayton? No, I don't know.
No, not Dayton. He's up more towards the Cleveland area.
Okay.
I should really know that.
Holy Toledo.
Daniel J. Lewis is down here.
Oh yeah, yep.
Wait, he's not in Ohio, is he?
Yeah. Oh, well, he lives in Kentucky. He lives across the river.
That's right, Kentucky.
In a van down by the river.
Or as some people, like when I visited India, when I've ever heard an Indian person, and of course my wife's Indian, right? They say when they say Kentucky, they say Kentucky. Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky. They just say it like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, WKRP
In
in
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I'm about to reorganize my desk here because I want to bring my channel strip over on this desk. And so then I can see, like when I'm talking, how much compression's happening and stuff. But I got to figure out where to put it, and I'm very particular about setup.
You're particular? I would
Oh.
never have thought that about you.
I'm sitting at my dining room table at one end. This is my podcast space.
Oh, you know what game I played? Well,
Pong?
besides Monopoly, because we had family, and I played Monopoly a few times or once, and Risk. That's the one I played. I played
oh,
that.
I love Risk.
I haven't
Yeah?
played that in a
Hey,
long time.
Do they do that online too? Risk?
Yeah, you can find that online. Yeah. Hey, did you ever play Settlers of the Catan?
I don't think so, but I've heard that's
I've heard of it.
It's
Me too.
probably
I've never
my
played it.
favorite tabletop game.
really.
I know around here there's a lot of tournaments for it. Like a lot of
Ooh.
people really play. We walked in on one. We're like, what are all these people here for? And they're like, oh, they're playing this. I'm like, okay.
Actually, you know what I found out the other day? One of my favorite beers is now I forget the name of the brewery now.
Gary says Risk Party Online. Go.
It's called the Special is the name of the beer, and they brew that right here in Nashville. and they on Tuesday nights they have Magic the Gathering nights. And I haven't been able to get up there, but I love Magic the Gathering, but I can't play because every time I go somewhere where there's actually play happening, it's all young kids, and of course, I'm way too old.
You're
for that.
on a list and you can't play Magic.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Oh,
I've got to stay. I have to stay 100 yards away. is what I'm saying.
Only when Magic the Gathering is happening.
Right.
Oh.
But at this place, since it's at a brewery, everybody has to be 21 and over,
Oh,
which is pretty fun. Hey, somebody look up who makes the special out of Nashville.
who makes the special?
Yeah, the name of the beer is the special, but I can't remember the name of the brewery.
Yeah, it's a Colt 45 in the chat. Little Billy D. Williams.
Some Mad Dog 2020.
45.
Nashville Brewing Company? No. The Black Abbey.
Black
Brewing
Abbey,
Company?
that's it. Black Abbey, the special.
Yeah, we have quite a few breweries here too. Pretty good ones but they allow kids in the breweries for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, that's weird.
What is this?
Why is that all
What is with
squished?
this web page? Why is all the text is overwriting each other? Oh,
There it is.
now it changed.
Bad design.
I'm at least 21.
Are you sure?
Created, not made. Our beer.
Kind of the same thing.
I didn't say their messaging was good. I said their beer was good.
Oh. Okay. And why is the website loading so slow? But anyway, beer or
Probably your
gun?
Mac.
Because I'm on a Mac.
Yeah.
Because I haven't updated to what's the new one that everyone
Catalina.
updated to? Catalina, and screwed up all the Audacity and everything.
Oh my God, Catalina, what a nightmare.
Why do people upgrade when it first comes out? Like,
Yeah, don't upgrade right away.
but seriously, why
so wait.
do are there like certain features that are great that people are like, ooh, I want to be able to, snap my left finger and then a space occurs on the screen? Like, are there features or something? I don't get it.
The problem with Catalina isn't so much the features as much as it is that it brings the Mac to be only 64-bit. Whereas before Catalina, you could run 64-bit and 32-bit apps. Now you can't run 32-bit apps. So if you
Oh.
have an app that runs in 32-bit, it's not going to work.
Got it.
And you're not going to get it to work unless you get like a virtual machine or some nonsense like that, which could be a giant, giant pain in the butt.
Yes. I'm full Mac supporter, but the new system definitely created a hot mess.
Yeah, definitely.
So did you guys see the over the last couple days? Excuse me, that's weird. Can we EQ that out, please? Okay.
Were you drinking helium there? Or?
I don't know. I was just drinking a little Perrier.
Hey, Chris, hold on a second. I'm going to do a ripple edit.
Yeah, can someone ripple edit that with a D mouth click? No, Todd Cochran posted because he was talking to him and Rob Greenlee about proposing something where they're going to add, like, expand the functionality of RSS feeds, meaning add a bunch of other tags, a bunch of other functionality to, improve podcasting after 16 years of nothing. So what do you guys think about that? Putting different things in the feed and different features. And
It depends on what the tags are.
I was gonna say, yeah. What type of features do they want to add?
well, let me look. See, I brought it up. I wasn't prepared.
Nice,
I know.
Chris.
I knew Ralph was going to ask me that. That's why it says
Nice.
idiot on the screen. Okay.
The challenge with bloating your RSS feed, of course, is that if you've got a really crappy host, then all you're doing is you're extending the amount of time that it takes you to deliver your feed to your potential listeners. So it's gotta have. I kind of feel like these systems should be rethought every couple of years, like from the bottom up, kind of like WordPress. WordPress is such a disaster and nightmare to work with. I always wonder why they don't just start from scratch and build something from the ground up.
Yeah, that's the problem with. That's the problem with all human activity. Like, it's cramped. All human growth and expansion and evolving, it's cramped by money, because you can't create something new if no one's going to buy it. So the first question is not, hey, can we create something better? Or, hey, we can create that and it's better. That's not the first question. The first question is, can we make money doing it? which it's a reality. Okay. But yeah, so you can see on the screen, it says,
Brad just sent me an invoice for being on this show.
And I told him you should become a patron of the show.
so imagine having a tag that links to your transcript. Okay, a transcript tag, or how about a merchandise tag? Those are two examples. And it wouldn't, the whole idea is it wouldn't, like, even Apple wouldn't, like, I don't think any of the podcatchers or platforms would have to change anything.
No.
There would just be a new tag. And so a podcatcher would have to be able to receive that information.
You
and
could
do
add
something
tags to your RSS feed right now if you wanted to.
with it. Right.
It's just that the question isn't whether or not you can modify your RSS feed. You absolutely can. The problem is that the things that consume your RSS feed are not going to recognize those extra tags.
Right.
And let's be honest. How many, in terms of the totality of podcasts, how many people are creating transcripts? That's the kind of tag where it's like it sounds great, but really, how many people are going to use that? Merchandising, that would be kind of cool because if you can sell a T-shirt or something as part of your RSS feed, then that can help you monetize your podcast.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
But until Apple says it's okay, nothing will happen.
Well, no, Apple doesn't manage the RSS feeds. They
No,
only,
they don't.
They have tags that they will honor, but if you add tags to your RSS feed, Apple just ignores them. It's not going to strip it out or penalize you or anything.
But they'll say, "Oh, look at this new fancy thing 5 years from now," and everybody will go, "Oh, why didn't someone think of that?"
Yeah,
Well,
and
they
actually,
did.
there was Rob Walsh was talking about someone called in on their support line, and he was talking on his podcast about how someone's feed was so big, and how could they narrow that down, because the feed could also contain your show notes and lots of other content. And Libsyn has certain features where you can actually strip out some of the metadata in your show notes, for example, which is good and bad. It's good because it'll reduce the size of your RSS feed, thereby making it easier for people to consume your show. But then on the downside, if you're stripping out all of the formatting on your show notes, it's just going to look like one big blob of text on a podcatcher. So, there's trade-offs. This is why we need to create an internet that just works through telepathy, because then everything can get transmitted instantly, and we don't have to worry about all this bandwidth and downloading and stuff.
What's Al Gore doing? He can come up with it, right?
Who?
Al Gore. I mean, he created the internet. So.
Nah, man, Elon Musk, man. Elon Musk.
He's working on it. Hey, this is one of the things. So the improving RSS feeds is actually one of the things that the IPA was talking about, the International Podcast Association, which I would like to officially announce to the world now that I was previously involved in that initiative on the board, and so now I have stepped down from the board, but I'm still supporting the whole project. So I'll probably, I'll be helping in some way. I don't know, but I'm not going to be on the board.
You know that eventually it's going to come out that you were forced out because of your drinking problem, right?
Yeah.
It's going to come out. I mean, I would never say that. I would never, talk publicly about your very clear drinking problem and all the problems in your life that arise as a result of that. I would never say that, but some people might.
Yeah, wow.
And by the way, for those listening, Chris does not drink.
No.
Yeah, it's been many years. Yeah, used to be a problem, not a major problem, but a problem for me. So, but anyway, the IPA was. I mean, we were discussing with the IPA about a whole, like you said, Ralph, a whole new system instead of RSS. Like, dude, I mean, it's so weird. Technology moves so fast, but we're still using something that was created in what, 2000? When? Late 90s or early 2003 at the latest.
True. Yeah.
Really?
You know what people used before the combustion engine? Horses.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that we haven't outgrown yet.
You're
But I
gonna
think
need
I
couple
think
horses.
that the IPA has been
Couple
around
mules.
for a while now, and obviously it's been kind of slow growth. But I think no, but I didn't mean that to sound insulting. What I was going to say is that
No, it's
I
an
think
overstatement. It's not insulting. It's an overstatement. But go
it
ahead.
goes to show how good podcasting is, because one of the challenges that the IPA is facing, and I think that this is probably public knowledge, is that part of what the IPA wants to do is it wants to create an international organization for podcasters. But that's a lot easier said than done, because podcasters in different regions have different needs and different expectations and different listening habits, and it's very, very difficult to package that up. And again, that's not to hit on the IPA, but instead to talk about how podcasting, a lot of people say that podcasting is evolving, but it's kind of evolving in all these little microcosms throughout the world. People who podcast here and in Mexico, it's like a completely different thing. The needs of Mexican podcasters and the expectation of Mexican podcast listeners is so different than it is here in the States.
See,
And then once you throw in China and India and Africa and all these other countries, it's pretty amazing.
yeah, totally.
That's why we took our show around the world. We sent Cinemaiden to Korea, and we're like, figure out what they're doing podcasting there.
North or south?
South. We're trying to send her up north, but she
Oh.
refused. She didn't want to go.
She didn't want to meet Dear Leader.
No.
Was she selling Girl Scout cookies to the communist leaders? Oh God. So Facebook user, I don't know if they're watching. That was 7:24. That was 11 minutes ago. It says Settlers of Catan, or that's the name of the game, right?
How come I didn't see that?
Yeah, 7:24. But anyway, Facebook user, we don't know who you are. If you want to announce yourself,
If you're still there,
if you're still there, you're probably not. So we're here in the lounge. We're just chilling,
we're just hanging
drinking
out,
water,
having a good time.
giving blood, keeping faith.
There's an idiot, an old man, and Ralph.
And that's all describing me.
Ralph M. Rivera. So Podfest is in March. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, can't wait.
Rob Greenlee and Todd Cochran decided to form a group to expand the name space tags in RSS. They talked about it on this week's New Media Show. Yes, that's what we were talking about, Facebook user. Who are you, by the way, Facebook user? And by the way, you can give permission to Facebook so we could see who you are if you want to do that.
It's Donald Trump.
It's Donald Trump. That's what we could do now. Let's talk politics.
I know, yeah. Well, only if we talk religion and politics.
And then find out what Bitcoin's doing.
Yeah.
All right, I want to know who Facebook user is.
Yep. Hello, Facebook user. I wonder if you could probably go to Facebook now, look on the post, and maybe see their comment and see their actual name.
Facebook user could be the whistleblower, so they don't want to see it.
Ah, there you go. There you go.
No, it couldn't be, because we'll never hear from that whistleblower.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Facebook user just sent me a private message. It says
F you,
McClunky.
McClunky.
It's such a
it's
it's like a bad dream.
It's in
If hell was
Star
a real,
Wars is on Disney Plus, of course, Chris, but they couldn't leave it alone again. It's the original Star Wars. There's an extra sound put in. Greedo says McClunky when he's
for no discernible
Right.
reason.
Ralph told me
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
He did. Yeah. And so here's before we go any further, what is the deal with Disney Plus? Because I don't know. I don't care really, but I just want to know, why is everyone flipping out over this? Why is it, just really briefly, is it really that good, and why is it good?
The answer to that is yes. Not necessarily for me, or not for everybody. But the thing about Disney Plus is that it is the only place that you're going to get the mass library that Disney offers. Because Disney is not just Disney. Disney also owns Marvel. Disney also owns Star Wars.
now
So all
Fox.
all those things.
But they're
are gonna
not
show
on
up there.
Netflix, all that stuff?
They were.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they're slowly being phased out. So eventually, all of the Marvel properties and Star Wars and all of these other properties, you're only going to be able to see them on Disney Plus. I'm sure that they'll be on other platforms for a small amount of time. But they're going to find their home in Disney Plus.
Yeah. And they're creating a lot of original content to put on there too, as all the other companies like Netflix and such are. And their price compared to everybody else is much cheaper. It's only $6.99 a month compared to what Netflix and
But
Prime and all
we
those
were
costs.
talking about this on the phone, Chris, when we were talking before an hour ago, where some of these studios they produce content as kind of money grabs, and Disney Plus, while I really like what they're doing and the price point that they're putting it at,
What's up,
especially for parents and kids, it's so much
Oh, yeah.
content. But there's some things that they're doing, like for example, they have the entire back library of The Simpsons, but The Simpsons has been running for what 20 plus
this
seasons
is 30th year.
or 30, yeah. And the original seasons, the first couple of seasons, they were in a 3:4 ratio, not a 16:9 ratio. So what they've done is, instead of showing it to you in a 3:4 ratio, they've zoomed it out so it'll fill the entire 16:9 ratio TV. So of course everything looks gigantic because you're literally zoomed into the picture.
Oh,
And it's like, and I think that's because they're trying to sell to the lowest common denominator. They're selling to the people who are going to be like, there's stuff missing from my picture. Why'd they cut off part of The Simpsons?
They're apparently going back and fixing that piece because of the complaints.
That
Because,
would be
I mean, they're
fantastic.
cutting a lot of the screen off.
A lot, quite a bit. Yeah.
And there's a lot of old content. Like there's, like the old DuckTales, the Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, like old cartoons. There's a lot on there.
Yeah, and those Star Wars animated series,
Yes.
I mean, those are just fantastic.
They're really good. And Gary says Green Gizmo 2.0. Yes, he is in there. If you've been on the internet, you have seen the
Green
cute
Gizmo
little
2.0?
the cute little bundle of joy all over the internet.
Oh, the little Yoda. What?
Yeah.
Who is that? Whose kid?
We don't know yet.
We
Oh,
don't know.
yet. Okay.
It's in the Mandalorian show.
Gary says they could cut 99% of the Simpsons screen off, and I'd be thrilled. Gary Carpenter, yes. Now we could see you. You figured it out. Oh, you have to grant StreamYard permission. Okay, that helps me because now when people come on and we ask them to do it, we'll tell them grant StreamYard permission. Thanks. The all new Yoda.
The all new. I like in the quotes, all new.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's kind of
so far I've watched a lot on Disney Plus, and I mean I have 2 young kids, so of course they love it.
How old are they?
7 and 8.
Oh, but like you can't get more perfect than that. It's
Yeah,
like
and
perfect for them.
They're huge Star Wars fans. I pushed that on them at a young age.
Sat him down. You're gonna
Yes.
watch this.
They ask me almost every day, like, when are we seeing the new one? When are we gonna get to go see the new one? I'm like, well, it's not out yet. You'll get. Don't worry.
Soon. Soon, Padawan. Soon.
But yeah.
That's awesome. So Mike,
And there's so many streaming services still to come. Like HBO has their own it's kind of like a Disney Plus that has, TNT and TBS and the Turner stations and HBO, and they're going to move their some of their DC stuff over to it.
Yeah, Netflix is going to take a little bit of a pounding over the next couple of years.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But for someone like me, I'm a cord cutter. So for me to pay for Netflix, let's see, I have Netflix, Hulu, HBO. I think that's all that I have. But even with all of those, it's a fraction of what I paid for Comcast.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
I have Netflix, Hulu, Prime, and now Disney Plus, and I borrow HBO logins.
he didn't say that here. Everyone.
No, I didn't.
He's just joking about that.
You didn't hear that.
these aren't the
Yoda.
passwords you're looking for.
That's right.
I wonder if the baby Yoda can just go, and then
Well,
Well,
no
if you-
spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers.
You'll have
Oh.
to watch the show.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. I won't, but I mean, I shouldn't say that, but
It's very good, Chris. It's very, very good.
Do you like westerns?
Western
Particularly
movies?
like Clint Eastwood style Man with No Name westerns.
Yes.
It is basically that in space.
Yeah, it's a return to form for Star Wars.
Yeah.
Now, what is it called exactly?
The Mandalorian.
Oh, The
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Okay. Is that like the car that Michael J. Fox drove in the?
That's the DeLorean.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the car
And-
that has all the cocaine in the back.
wow.
And
You
Gary
know what I'm
said,
talking about, right, Chris? Do
No,
you know what I'm talking about?
no.
DeLorean, the guy who invented the DeLorean, he ended up going to prison because he was doing all kinds of things, selling cocaine and
Yeah. So. No.
well, that was actually right around the time that you were probably heavy into the white stuff too.
No, I never did the white stuff. Okay.
and Gary said with
Yeah.
the cord cutters, the costs are going to go up with everybody who does it, which is true because there's more and more and more and more services. By the time everybody adds all these new services, they're going to be at $200 a month again.
Right. I suspect.
But they're like,
though,
but dang it, I put it to the cable company.
Yeah, but I think what's going to end up happening is there's going to be a saturation point where Disney and Netflix and all these other companies, they're not going to be able to sell enough of these to really cover their costs. So what they'll probably start doing is packaging their services
Oh, yeah.
into Comcast and AT&T, and you can. I think you can do that with some. Well, like with HBO, you can. You can buy HBO independently, or you can buy HBO through your cable provider. I think that's probably going to be what's going to end up happening more and more.
Well, I think that's why Disney also, because they own a large stake in Hulu and they own ESPN, so that's why they have that package with get Disney Plus, Hulu, and
Right.
ESPN Plus together.
And it just goes to show who they're targeting to, because for me, I would be willing to pay the premium to have the Hulu without the ads, but I won't
Yeah.
pay for the Hulu with the ads. Or did I say that backwards? I would pay a premium for Hulu without the ads,
There you go.
but I won't pay for Hulu with the ads.
And that's what I pay for because it's the cheapest. It's part of my Spotify subscription. I got
Mine
Hulu
too,
for free
but,
with Spotify.
But you can't get the ad-free one with your Spotify
Oh,
subscription.
you can upgrade it.
You can't.
Oh, okay.
So at some point I had two Hulu accounts. I had
Oh,
one
I
through
see.
Spotify and then one with the ad free because I was watching that vampire show, the one that Guillermo del Toro did.
Oh, yeah.
Was
it Strained? Is that what it's called?
The
Something-
Strain.
There you go.
Yeah, I got real into that, so I bought the ad free one because the ads are just. I mean, for a half-hour show, you're watching 10 minutes worth of ads. It's just too much.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys about ads, but first I want to say that Gary mentioned he mentioned saturation plugins, and because I think Waves came out with a new saturation plugin, which I saw that, Gary, but I didn't even look into it because I already have a few saturation plugins and I'm good, especially for podcasting. I mean, saturation's kind of a cool little trick you can do, but you don't need that much, and you know what I mean. You don't need 18 saturation plugins.
I'm not actually familiar with that. What is that?
Saturation is it mimics the signal going through the old analog gear and then also onto tape. So
If there was just a school that would teach you some audio tricks, it would be.
like
Well, there's
podcast.
Podcast Engineering Academy.
He's gonna plug his
You
academy.
can sign up for that.
I am gonna
Not
buy that
only
domain.
not only can you sign up for that, but you'll have the distinction of being the second person to sign up for that.
Yeah, so saturation is it adds harmonics. It's a slight distortion and slight harmonics, but it's actually pleasing to your ear. So like when we used to record on tape, just the tape saturation itself would sort of it would make the sound a little warmer and smoother. It's very subtle, but it's there. And even when you plug in your mic to gear, it goes through a mic pre and goes through a compressor and EQ. Like that adds its own type of saturation. So
Right.
it's harmonics and it's distortion, but you only use a little bit of it. And I like what Gary said. He just loves the fact that we tried to get rid of saturation for 70 years and now we're artificially creating it. We didn't really try to get rid of it for 70 years, by the way. We were using it. I mean, the music industry didn't really turn completely digital until the mid 90s, maybe even late 90s. But now people still do now record on tape. like Tool and other cool bands. But no, saturation and that analog gear, especially when you're talking about music production, that's never gone away. Like everyone has always known that analog sounds better than digital because of that, the saturation and different gear. So that's never gone away. But anyway, there's plugins now that do it really well. But I want to ask you guys about ads, and Mike Wilkerson's here too. So Mike Wilkerson!
Gents, how are you? It's good to be here tonight.
Come on!
Please pardon my super duper latency tonight. I had a makeshift podcast in studio, and so here I am.
Wait a second. You got a PR-42?
There's a little bit of just about everything inside of this studio. So
PR-40 as well, I meant to say.
these are a couple of PR-40s. There's two on the other side. There's a Finn over there. There's a 77D in the voice booth. So a little bit of everything. Yeah.
And the triangular pop filter there.
Well, like that.
So
nice?
ads. I like that. Yeah. I like those kind. So here's my thing about ads. I understand that when people make podcasts and they need to earn money from that, right? Like they're spending money to create it, and so they will need to earn money to pay for that and maybe make a profit. I totally get that. At the same time, I just can't stand ads. Like when you're listening to a show and it gets interrupted with some stupid ad, like I don't know. I haven't watched TV in many years. I don't really listen to like radio. Like whenever you listen to the radio and the commercials come, you change the station. Same thing with TV. So my question is, with ads, and is there something that people could do to make it not so annoying? But I don't think there's any way around it, is there?
No.
That's a good question, Chris. And you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me that with the holiday seasons coming up, now is the best time to buy a purple mattress.
By the way,
Touche, my friend. Touche.
Also sign up for MailChimp.
If they needed to have a website made, where would they go?
You know, if only I could find a decent microphone. You know, as we're talking about microphones.
by the way, American Liberty, do most people podcast to make money? Not most people, but the bigger companies do.
Well, I don't think that's the answer to the question. Do most people podcast to make money? I think a lot of people think that they can monetize podcasting easily because a lot of the pop culture around podcasting tends to sell the idea that monetizing your podcast is easy, which it's not, which is why if you go to Podfest or you go to DC Podfest or if you go to Podcast Movement, what do they have? One thing after another about monetizing your podcast. And they're all, it just very few podcasts are going to be able to monetize their podcasts. And when people ask me about monetization, I say monetizing your podcast is absolutely the easiest thing in the world to do. Just get 1 million people to listen to your podcast. That's it. Once you do that, monetizing becomes
Cheeky.
elementary.
There you go.
There you go. QuickBooks. Squarespace.
And you know what pushed me over the edge is I listened to this show. I forget what show it is, and I wouldn't call them out anyway. But I listened to the show, and literally, like when there's an ad right in the middle, and they call it the mid-roll ad.
Yeah,
they had 3 different mid-roll ads. So they would stop for an ad, then they would start the show again for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden another ad, and and then the third ad, and by that time I was like, there's something to be said for providing a listening experience. And when you do ads that way, I don't know, does it not kill the experience?
There's a great show, a great channel on YouTube called Knowing Better, which I highly recommend for anybody that loves deep dives into kind of socio-political topics. But one of the things that a lot of a lot of YouTubers do is they will integrate their ads into their content. So, for example, if they're talking about, I don't know, astrophysics, well, when they roll into their ad for Brilliant.com, they talk about the astrophysics course. So it blends into the content a little bit better.
Right.
Well, the ones I really hate are the ones that dynamically do it. that they're right in the middle of a conversation, and all of a sudden the ad pops. on. I'm like,
I got that beat. Last week we did the perspective review of a movie called The Call from 2013 with Halle Berry. And to listen to that, it was a last minute search. I had 3 hours left, and so I had to watch it somehow. And so, there it is on Crackle. Crackle. I don't know if anybody's looked at Crackle, but
Yeah.
there's a couple of problems with Crackle. One, I do like the interface that it had for my Fire TV stick. That was awesome. What was not so awesome, however, was front end was great. About 9.5 minutes in, instant commercial, no fade, no sound goes down, and it fades to black. Nothing, just instant commercial. And then there's 8 15-second commercials. You've got to be kidding me.
That's rough,
And
man.
if I had not had to watch it, I'd have been. That's the ripcord for being pulled out of anything in human perspective. 8 ads of anything is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
so that's how they keep it free.
And it was all local too. So it was a local car dealer. It was a local
The targeted ads at you.
buffet shack thing.
Yeah.
And they were all 15-second ads, but 8 of them. My God. And I'm certain that they didn't do it intentionally, but they picked the most inopportune times to insert something. So inside that movie, there's 2 or 3 different pieces where it really does matter when you're coming back, and there's this helicopter overshot of them discovering a body. And as they first show the helicopter overshot and it spins a little bit, you suddenly have, now it's time for Black Friday sale. Really? Yeah, anything that instantly takes you out of the moment is not worthy. And that's kind of where I go back to Chris's point, where if you can glide me into something, I'm not even talking about something as subtle as what Ralph had, but if you can take me to a position where I know now it's time to pay the bills, that's one of the things I've never been shy about. Is, look, we love providing you all kinds of great content, but the content and the stuff to do it costs money. And so if you'll just listen to these awesome pieces of information, we'll be right back. And then they get to choose, and whether or not they're hitting the fast forward button, who knows? But
Right.
the gist is that it's there, and it's not instantly intrusive.
And it's right in the middle of a word. All of a sudden, it just starts.
Yeah,
that's why.
And isn't that really the horror of dynamic ad insertion?
Yes.
Well, but with dynamic ad insertion, you're supposed to be able to give the timestamp exactly where you want the ad inserted. So if you do that right, like if you leave a second in there and then you pick that thing, it should work fine. By the way, this is why Joe Rogan does all his ads. Well, he does a few at the very end, but he does all of them at the top.
It's a huge chunk right at the beginning.
Right, but also remember that inside of the YouTube presentation, there are 0 ads. So
in the middle or the beginning too, there's no ads.
Inside of Premium, there's nothing. There is no ad experience at all inside of Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, but so I don't have Premium, but when I watch his show, I think sometimes there might be an ad at the beginning, but I don't think they ever break in the middle.
No, they don't. That's kind of what I'm saying, is that his audio podcast, it's something different. His editor / producer, Jamie, is concocting something completely different for that effort. There's no question. Right. And they're recorded too. The ones in the audio, it's not the same audio as you're going to then be listening to. They have been recorded and then they're put in.
Right.
There's this one guy who's just completely shameless. He'll start his show and he'll just be talking about his content, and then he'll just like break out of nowhere, just break in and say something like, the new semester of podcast engineering school is starting this January on the 14th.
That son of a
bitch. Buy your tickets now. I mean, this guy just has no shame. He's just always pitching.
How could he?
His school.
Is that right before the ads for the Podcaster Engineering Museum too?
Yeah. Yeah. Podcast Engineering Academy.
Oh.
That was the funniest thing, the museum comment.
Museum. It's going to live on forever, friend. Forever.
I love that you bring that up, because that is literally one of the funniest things. I made a blog post about a bunch of gear I had and old gear I had and just something about the gear in my closet. And one of the commenters was like, "Why do you have that much gear? What are you starting a museum? Sell it and whatever." And it's like,
my 9 to 5 we started it's essentially a computer museum. You can go everything from like original computer chips and I don't even remember what the initial piece inside the computer museum is. I'll find a link to it and drop it to you. But it really is interesting. It just would be totally uninteresting if something like that existed in podcasting because it's too new. My God, look at this 2008 microphone. It's amazing.
That would be if you went to Bandrew's house. It would just be microphones just lined across the.
He's got them on the wall like the Enterprises inside the Picard's Ready Room, all spray painted gold and shit.
in his undisclosed location.
Right.
Yeah, in New Mexico, right?
Yeah.
oh, I thought he lived in Mississippi, southern Mississippi.
Changes every
No,
week.
he lives in Canada this week.
He's in Canada, yeah.
If he wants us to bring him pizza, we don't know where he is.
He doesn't eat pizza. Pizza materializes at his home weekly.
Dude,
He lives in Springfield.
ship it to a PO box, dude.
Yeah.
A joke for those Simpsons fans.
They open the dome and pizza arrives for him.
Right.
Although those Simpsons fans, they don't get to see all the screen right now, so
I know.
might not.
Otherwise, they might know where Springfield is.
yeah.
Oh, hey, and I typed in, don't you just break out your DVD sets and watch what you want?
I know.
Really?
I know.
I actually do own a lot of DVDs because there's a cool store here in town
Yeah.
that sells used ones for like $4 or $5.
Rock
and-
bottom now, dude.
I've gotten lazy with mine because now that everything is streaming, like I have tons of DVDs and
Yeah.
Blu-rays that just sit there, and I'm like, well, I'll see if I can find it on something.
I can remember the days of 2006.
I got
my
a-
co-host and I talk about how we're going to be watching. There's no way, man. I'm never going to be watching everything online.
Yeah,
Well, here we are, aren't we?
like when
Right.
Netflix first started going from DVDs to the streaming, we're like, no, I'm not going to do it.
I went
gonna
back in
keep
there and
getting
changed my
DVDs.
settings recently. Did you know that there's still a DVD option?
Yes,
What?
who does it?
I actually bought so there's an album that I listened to growing up that I thought my niece would like. So on Amazon, I literally bought the CD and shipped it to her house.
And now you have it digitally.
Did
she
you put it
visited.
in a cup holder?
She visited over Thanksgiving, and I'm like, "Hey, how'd you like that?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know how to listen to it.
Stop
Like,
it.
I don't have a CD player." I'm like, "You don't?" I'm like,
It wouldn't fit in my phone.
I mean, she knows it needs a CD player. It's not that she's stupid. It's just that she just doesn't have one anywhere.
Right.
I mean, she's
don't-
she's young. It's not like
When my kids get older, that's what it's going to be like. Everything, like they say, it's all instant. They're like, "Can we watch this? Can we listen to this?" Oh yeah, let me find it. Here it is.
So she's asking me like she kind of said like, well, how am I going to hear it? And I'm like, well, I literally thought, well, you should probably ship the CD back to me and then I'll digitize it and send it back. And I was like, oh, what a dumb.
There are a lot of
Yeah.
CDs that Amazon, if you buy the CD, they give it to you digitally. Like you'll get like a
Yeah.
link.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I didn't
Yeah.
do that right either. I
It
don't
went
know.
to your junk
See,
mail.
My title is for a reason.
They
This-
didn't use MailChimp. If they would have just signed up.
Yeah. That's great. I'm gonna have to remember that so we can then point to names. I'll have
Yeah,
to fill
like
mine
you
out
could-
and be more colorful.
point to Brad. How do I point to Brad? Yeah.
You can't change your name midstream, huh?
I don't know. I don't need to
Probably
change
not.
mine.
I don't think
my
you
name
should.
is not changing.
You're just stuck with your name.
I'm gonna be an idiot for life. But did you guys know I'm proud of myself?
Oh, do tell.
I'm gonna show you something.
Were you able to curate a new corner of the museum or something?
Oh, yeah.
It's never gonna die, man, ever.
What do you charge for a
Forever.
walkthrough?
Perpetuity.
No, so this is my meditatewithchris.com. I'm doing these meditation streams.
Hmm.
And I started like a maniac earlier this year doing one every day.
Mhm.
But you see this picture of me? This is in Maine. That's actually me sitting on the rocks. Anyway, so
Can I
now
send a picture of you on the moon and put it on there?
Do you use Squarespace for the
Dude.
website?
420, dude. All right. Anyway, so I'm doing it now every Monday at 2. So here's what I thought, and let me know what you guys think of this.
What?
It's crap.
No, I was trying to. I really, because when I think of streaming, first thing I think of is when are people going to tune in? Like, when do people have time to tune in? And that just, I could never think of a good time, except in the evenings is one thing, but I don't want to spend every evening streaming, right? I also need an evening to chill, right? So,
Sure. Uh-huh.
so I just thought, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to put it at a time when it's good for me. And so Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific or 5 Eastern. And whoever, it's
And a lot
live, but yeah.
A lot of people probably watch the stream after the fact more than live.
I would
right.
totally agree with that.
Look at all these past sessions. Look, I did a special one on Thanksgiving. Okay.
How
That
come you don't
reminds
send this
me-
out to your mailing list?
That reminds me of some of the thread. I've forgotten where it is now, but they were talking about I think maybe it was in Podcaster something, blah, whatever. Anyway, it was in some other group. And inside of that group, they started talking about how do you ensure that your audience is satiated during the holidays? Oh, okay. So let's talk about being satiated audience during the holidays. How about you go live your life? How about you go and live your podcaster sometimes life, and you have your holiday and you interact with friends and family. And you know what? If your listeners are a part of that, that's awesome. If it's not, any listeners that become the pitchfork toting horde with torches can go straight to hell. Why? Why does that have to be even a conversation?
Those are the people around the dinner table that want to pass the potatoes, and you're like, oh, for $1 a month, I can pass you the potatoes. Just become a patron of the show.
Right.
For 11 cents, you can flick the flies off of children in Africa.
Oh, jeez.
All right,
What's up,
let's go
Andrew
around-
Jelina?
Sign,
Go
sign
around
up for,
the
sign up
the
for
crew here.
Podcoin. You can donate. Oh, Podcoin.
What's the most?
Oh.
Ugh,
What's the most you've ever given to a podcast that you're a patron of?
$15.
Oh, Ralph. I know, Ralph, you have everyone beat. What's the most? I don't even remember. Don't even ask Ralph.
I wrote a $1,000 check once.
To yourself.
I gave
Was
like
it to your
$1.
podcast?
No, it was
It's
to
his wife.
Congressional Dish with Jen Briney. Great podcast.
That must be a great podcast. What do you get for $1,000 at their Patreon?
Hey, now.
I didn't do it through Patreon. I sent her a check because I didn't want Patreon to take a cut.
There you go.
Alrighty then.
Doing it the smart
And
way.
now you're a producer of the show.
No, she
What you're
doesn't do
saying.
those. I don't get knighted like that other show.
You guys, American Liberty says, let me get my pitchfork. Hold on, it's dark. Where the hell did I put that damn torch? Yes.
Where's the episode this week? It's Thursday. It's 1:17.
All right, gentlemen. I hate to do this, but I'm going to have to jet. I'm going to go spend time with my lady friend.
See you, Ralph.
All right.
See you,
Thank you,
Ralph.
Chris.
Ralph M. Rivera,
I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Good talking to you.
Mr.
Yeah, we'll see ya.
Podcaster's Toolbox. Thank you, brother.
Oh my God, I'm huge now.
You're huge.
I didn't think my head could possibly get bigger inside of this screen, but now look at it.
Yes. This is how we do.
Look at that. I just followed.
Oh, thank you.
Sweet. Did you send him the $1,000 check yet?
Yeah.
No. I
Oh,
sent
wait,
him
that's
a
the other guy.
Physical
I sent him a
check.
$1,000 invoice.
Nice.
And
Physics-
this.
Oh. I love that. Dude,
Another
seri-
item for the museum, my friend.
Yeah.
Can I just say something in all seriousness to not only you, Brad, mostly to you, Brad, but also
Okay.
to you, Mike, and everyone watching. I know it would be funny if somehow you ship the Blue Yeti to my house, but I'm telling you, please don't do that. I'm being totally serious. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Just keep the money.
You can put it out back to scare
gotcha.
away the bobcats.
Wink, wink. Yeah, you could
The
you could
hell?
ASMR in the backyard. You just turn up the game really loud,
Jeez.
and you could hear him like walking through your yard.
You guys,
Boom.
I'm going to show this because hold on a second.
So if you're out on the porch and that happens, does that thing just run away? It's not like stalking you or anything, right?
No. If that thing knew that I was there, like if it knew someone was there, it wouldn't even come around probably.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're
That's
very
good.
sensitive, and yeah, if you were outside, you wouldn't. We probably wouldn't even know that.
Yeah, hey, look, it's Wilkerson at a barbecue at Chris's house. Oh, hey, sorry about that, Mike. Sorry about your neck.
Check him out, Mr. Bobcat.
No, we can't see it now.
Wait, what?
You got us all up.
Oh, I see what happened. You see it now, right?
Yeah.
See it now.
There he is.
Oh yeah.
And you can see Cruel Chris even cut off its tail. Son of a bitch.
So what happened with this guy? Like the reason I looked out the window is because there was an 8-point buck, a male deer. He was here and he's over here. And usually they come in our yard, they'll walk around and then they leave and all that. It's fine. They are always in and out, whatever. This guy was like here, then he turned around and then he's like looking at the fence and he literally jumped over the fence from just standing still.
Yeah.
He didn't even run up to it.
No effort.
Nothing.
Yeah.
He just went up and over, and this was a big guy, and he did it like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Just like so gracious, like all the way over the fence. And then I think he jumped over the fence because he saw this guy over here, and then
You'd
know,
jump too, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but see, the bobcat, he's not that big. He's like, I mean,
It's not that big.
well, look, he's probably 30, 35 pounds.
I don't think so, Fred.
It's not going to kill you. Even if it attacked you, I don't know if it would kill you. You think that would kill you?
I'll
If
let
that
you
cat
try
had your
that.
neck, you'd be dead, dude. Sorry. That is not a 35-pound animal. There's no way.
It is. It's pretty small, dude.
Wow.
It's up to his back is like my knee. It's up to my knee.
I got a couple of white cats in my house that are already piling on me, and they don't weigh
Okay.
no 35 pounds. So
okay.
it's a big ass cat. And you
I'm
know
not-
what? The other thing, and actually, we were talking about Rogan before. Rogan and his guests have talked about this. Those cats, they're like steel cord. They don't have flesh.
Right.
It's amazingly dense fiber muscle, and so that's why that antelope or whatever you said it was can just go, hey, look, now I'm 35 feet away instantaneously.
Right.
So pretty crazy.
Yeah. No, I actually saw that episode with Joe Rogan, I think, when they were talking about, because Rogan was saying that he thought like a 50-pound cat could just kill you.
Oh yeah, and there's literally nothing that you could do.
Like it would be messy, but it would end up.
Yeah, you've seen they're floating around YouTube, I'm certain, but it's traditionally, I think it's been the Asian people that have seen, but it's where they're just at the car and a couple people get into an argument and one lady pops out of the door and she walks maybe 8 or 10 feet away from the car, and out of the flora fauna pops a leopard or a tiger or something and grabs her by the shoulder and whoop, gone, done, all over.
I saw that.
Nothing.
Dude. Unbelievable.
That's
The way
absolutely
that
unbelievable.
cat grabbed the woman, and the woman, it was like a rag doll in this
Yeah,
thing,
just
like
whoop.
nothing.
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable, and that's what Rogan was referring to. Obviously, he's seen some more colorful ones, probably as well.
Yeah.
His experience, and the guy he was probably talking to during the podcast you saw, Steven Ranella, he is a phenomenal podcaster, and his television show is equally as phenomenal. The storytelling elements inside of that program, it's not just hunting. Oh, I'm gonna go get my gun and shoot shit. It's not that at all. It's very robust. There's a lot of nostalgia that's inserted into it from Stephen Renella's family, but then also the aspects of wherever the hell they're going to hunt. And it's totally worth your time. Every single season of that program is A+ content. It's really, really good. It's called Meat Eater.
As he tells the vegetarian.
Well, and he's mindful of that, but he'll gleefully tell you what each of the things tastes like inside of the different meat factions.
Right. Tastes like chicken.
That you've never tasted.
Actually, I did eat meat up until 16 years ago.
Oh, well, see, then you've even got a better context of it. Then that's cool.
Yeah. That is cool. Brad,
Have we already talked about who else did Rogan have on recently? He had the guy in Russia, the security guy in Russia.
Snowden.
Snowden. That was tremendous as well. It gets a little bit drony, but that's because it's Snowden. But it's very good.
The way he talks and
it's very matter-of-factly, and now I'm going to be talking
slow.
about this and telling you a story that you will always remember, but you may not remember any of the particulars of how I say the story to you.
Now you sound like Dr. Evil.
Yeah. That'll work too. In fact, him petting a cat during that whole interview would have worked just fine.
I didn't go to 8 years of evil school to be called Mr. Thank you.
Leave it at your... Yeah, that's tremendous storytelling. It's good.
Cool. All right. Well, if you're here watching, let's do spam the chat. Everyone, spam your show. Put your link in. Tell us your show. Spam.
Spam it.
Do it. I will have Ralph write the first person to type the name of anybody's podcast utilizing the word museum. Ralph will write you $1,000 check.
Oh God.
Brad will write $1,000 invoice. An idiot will say the word 1,000 times.
The Cinema Guys Museum. Oh, that's it. Hey, by the way, Mike, we got to talk about our 5-week video challenge.
We do have to talk about my 5-week video challenge. I am 2 weeks behind.
You are? Okay.
I am 2 weeks behind, and I owe. It's off the video making. I will go.
I'm all weeks behind.
You're really? Oh, you didn't participate?
I didn't think I could keep up with it, so I was like, I'm gonna bow out this time.
Yeah. So
I have there's a new tool I'm using for voiceover artists over at voicefarmers.com, and it is a compilation video that can be used inside of like a YouTube presentation, or something that they can send to a prospective client so they can get a flavor of the person's voice as well as some visuals rather than only a voice reel.
Interesting. That is cool. So yeah, we did the 5-week video challenge in our Podcasters Lounge Facebook group. So if you're watching this, find the Podcasters Lounge on Facebook and join. And
did we greet Andrew? Andrew, hi guys, joining late.
Andrew, what's up, man?
Yeah, he's been here a little while now. Andrew Jelina, previous guest on my show, which I have to finish my episode for tomorrow after this stream, which it's almost done. But it's actually a cool one with David Hooper trying 8 different mics. And
wow.
Yeah, so he gave 8 different mic clips.
I do have a question about the 8 different mics. Was one perhaps...
Don't show it. Yeah, no.
Where's my
I'm not
prop?
answering. I'm not
answering.
Where's
my prop at? Brad, where's my prop? Bam!
Flying in.
Bam!
Oh my God.
Flying Yeti, no less.
Wow. This is classic.
Brad, you're going to have to keep that on your hips. That if
what's your address, Chris? I need to.
Yeah. You need to.
I'm going to send you some Christmas.
It's
cookies.
76 Bobcat Museum Lane.
The only animal we really haven't seen around here, which is actually the most rare one, is
the snow leopard.
No, the mountain lion.
The mountain lion, yeah. Okay, well, that's the one Rogan was talking about.
Yeah. So Brandon Gonzalez is here.
Don't get drag off.
Brandon Gonzalez, spam the chat. Everyone, spam your show. Spam your link. No? I don't know.
I'm eager to go and see all kinds of programs. Let's see it, folks.
Okay. So, okay. What was I gonna?
I don't say anything.
What was I talking about?
You were
I
talking
accidentally
about
left
the
an F-bomb.
The 5-week video challenge.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, your video challenge.
Yeah. So Mike and I decided we wanted to make videos. So we're like, hey, let's do a challenge. So we did it in the lounge. So if you join the Facebook group for Podcasters Lounge, and don't self-promote. That's the one rule that the group has. Don't self-promote. Don't join the group and say, hey, everybody, come listen to my show. Here's a link. Don't do that. You will instantly be banned. Instantly.
And get $1,000 invoice from Brad.
And Ralph.
Yes.
And so we wanted to make some videos, Mike and I, so we came up with the challenge. So we did the 5-week video challenge. I am happy that I did it, and the videos I made were very short and pretty simple, but the whole point was just to do it. So Mike, you're 2 behind. It's fine. And over the next few weeks.
It's okay. My others were cinematic, so I kind of make up for it.
You had blue Yetis flying around and everything. So the question is, and Brad and everyone, please help us. What's the next challenge? The Blue Yeti challenge? Oh.
Streaking by like the Starship Enterprise, the Starship USS Yeti.
Wow.
Deck 5, Mr. Sulu. Deck 5.
Speaking
Anyway.
of ships, did you hear about Disney's new 2-day experience?
Oh, no,
that's
dude.
coming
No.
in 2021. It's basically a Starship 2-day, like a cruise. You walk in and they're going to have the windows to look like you're in space and everything. And basically you're on this spaceship for 2 days.
Really?
Are there any
experiencing-
Klingons or crisis moments?
I don't know at all, but
Okay.
you get to become part of this Star Wars experience.
Oh, Star
So
Wars
Star
experience.
Wars, yeah, Disney.
So then you'll finally learn how all those people go use the bathroom.
Deck 5.
Oh, Deck 5.
Well, if you watch The Mandalorian, you'd know.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, the vac tube. Forgot about that.
Hey, now. Oh, no.
And have we already? I think I came in when you guys were just accidentally talking about it. But the Mandalorian, have we figured that is not Baby Yoda? Duh.
It's baby the species that Yoda is
Right.
that we don't know.
It hasn't
Unknown.
been defined, right?
So welcome everyone who's here watching. If you just tuned in, welcome. Feel free to ask any questions. We're here just hanging out. We're not here to provide content, actionable content or takeaways. We're not doing that. We're just hanging out. This is the lounge. Watch this. Okay.
But for as low as $1, Chris will
So what are you drinking? Please spam the link to your show.
nice glass of water.
Everything. All right, and of course all the people who were here, they left now. So thank you. I'm trying.
It was the Yeti. The Yeti chased them away.
We saw a Yeti
Fear
go
of the Yeti. My God, run!
We should,
Next time I'm gonna hook it up and use it. I'll
wait.
just have it-
Bandrew
I'll
just
have it
did.
sit
What
here.
did Bandrew just do? One of his latest ones was. Hold on, I'm gonna find.
Yeti
this.
just came out with Yeti X. Have you seen this?
They have,
Yeti X.
don't they have a bunch of Yetis now? Like,
Tell me if my crunching
whole
is
line.
unbearing. I'll be sure to mute my mic.
Oh, what the? I'm gonna show you this. Okay. This is Bandrew's latest video.
Wow.
AKG Lyra multi-pattern USB mic review test.
look at that
And
thing.
This is great. Can you hear this? Oh, an ad? Oh God.
Get the best deals on automotive gear. Only from Bandrew.com. Hi, I'm
Review
Stephen
of another-
Bandrew. Today we're going to be talking about another cool
Oh, I
microphone.
can't hear it. Anyway, here's the thing. This AKG Lyra, it's literally just like a Blue Yeti. I mean, very similar with the patterns and everything. And when he starts the video, it's so funny because he's like, "Oh, great! Another multi-pattern condenser microphone for podcasting." It's a really funny video. You gotta check it out. Water at work. Brandon is going like this. Here, wait. Can you see me bigger now? Brandon has those. He's at the airport. He has those orange things and orange cones, and he's going, bring it in. Go left. No, he's actually in the tower, right, Brandon? You're actually in the tower guiding planes, right? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, Chris, Yeti has a anniversary edition that comes in blue.
Why are you telling me that? Oh my god. This is a great joke. Oh my
here,
god.
Booth Junkie's got another one, and I meant to go look at this. I haven't watched the whole thing together, but it's Booth Junkie, and Booth Junkie is focusing on the $140 Shocker TZ Audio Stellar X2,
Ooh.
and $140 for the microphone experience he's talking about is not a lot of money at all. And the quality that's inside of the microphone that I think I can remember from listening to it is extraordinary. Are we linkified here or not?
Oh, for you to share the screen?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Can you try it?
Is there a push a button?
There should be like share
Solo.
screen at the bottom, and I think you have to click it.
Try it.
I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. Here we go.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Shocker. Facebook user, please tell us who you are. Yes, someone spammed their show. Everybody click the link.
Am I sharing?
Retweet. Repeat. Retweet.
Is it sharing or is it not sharing?
Chris probably has to approve it now, right?
No, I don't know. I don't see it. Oh wait, maybe I have to stop my sharing.
Oh no, here it's allowing me to select share my entire screen. Here
There
we
you go.
Okay.
Try that.
And
Niagara Falls, Ontario. What's up?
And then I think
Okay.
you have to drop it in, Chris. Like you can't share what he shared. There you go. Whoa.
look at that.
Dude, that's called feedback.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, and here's the screen. This is Mike Delgaudio. Yes, the word audio is inside of his last name. How kick-ass is that?
That's so cool.
And the microphone's name is the TZ Audio Stellar X2. And then he always has or more often than not, has a corresponding microphone that he's testing it against, so that
Right.
you can get the color of each of the microphones while he talks. His program is stellar, and I've sent him a couple of microphones, and he's very caring and takes care of equipment and really does care about his craft. It's super impressive to watch him work because you can see that he really does give a shit. It's Booth Junkie on YouTube, but boothjunkie.com will get you to his entire listing.
Yes, and he was a previous guest on my show.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, he's tremendous, and I love everything that he's made. Most importantly, he allows you to go and see and experience the microphone experience without ever touching the thing, and we have way too little of that,
Right.
especially different ice cream flavors of it.
Totally. Yeah, no, he has a great channel. He has a good he has a whisper room too where he does all this stuff.
He has
so-
he has the ultimate nightmare story about the whisper room, where he moves it down to the basement of his new house,
Yeah.
except it's not tall enough to accommodate the whisper room.
Oh, all right. Well, before I just want to mention Brandon Gonzalez's podcast is podcasting on a plane, and the Facebook user who typed the anchor link. How can I click on this anchor link? That's what I want to know. Oh wait, I can go to.
The plane's not going to make it past that tower there, Mr. Gonzalez. Pretty sure.
And Andrew Jelina. Oh, someone's hosting a watch party. Andrew Jelina is hosting a watch party for us. Wow. This is so cool.
What are we watching? Are we watching a plane crash into the tower?
No.
Well, look, it's going to crash into the tower right there. I see it.
Sorry, I'm just looking for the Facebook user's link, which I can open up. I want to open it up on the stream.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you just copy and paste it into your?
Yeah, but I'm looking on Facebook and I can't find it. I can't find the link.
Push a button.
What the son of a for the
Quick, push another button.
I'm gonna get this.
Control N for the love of
Don't
God.
worry, I'm gonna get this. See why when I click on show me 34 comments, it only shows 4 comments. All right. I don't know.
Just
I don't know
Here.
what to do.
You can select and copy it in StreamYard and then just paste it into your bar.
Yeah, but in StreamYard,
Not-
whenever I hover over it, it asks me to show it on the screen. I could show it on the screen.
Oh,
Is it
Here,
is it colorful?
everyone type in this link.
well, here.
I'll leave it on screen for a while.
The Sex Connection. All right, awesome.
I'm serious. I don't know what the. Okay.
Here, I'm going to share a tab with you.
Oh, okay, Brad. This is it?
You share a tab. I'll share a chip.
So you have the anchor show from
course
the
I do.
Facebook user? American Liberty says that mic sold out 2 hours after he posted that review. Really? Wow, that's cool. Facebook user is me, Jason Bryant. Oh, Jason Bryant.
Is that a Blue Yeti that has a 10 on it so that 10-year-olds can use it now?
Oh,
That's right.
Great
All
show,
right, let's see if we can
guys. Oh,
switch it.
thank you. And American Liberty says people are just getting an email update now about being back in stock soon. Okay.
Here you go. Now I have it up
Oh, you got it?
for
Go
real
ahead,
this
share.
time. I got it
For
real
reals?
this time. For realsies.
Mr. Brad, engage.
Up in this piece. Getting to know your hosts. Who's the by Runaway Media? All right. Well, Facebook user Jason Bryant's on YouTube now. Oh my God.
More places to
Bryant's
listen. Here we go.
He's the only one ever who sent me an audio clip of, and it was a video too, of him yelling, "Sound great." I asked for that, and he's the only one who sent it in. Jason Bryant's a Canuckistan. He's in Canuckistan announcing a wrestling tournament this weekend.
Sweet.
Cool. All right. Well, there you go. Getting to know your hosts. Thanks for tuning in. This is awesome.
The Sex Connection is, I believe, the show.
Were there other episodes or just the get to know your host so far?
Let's getting to know your hosts in a preview.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Inside of and this is again just conversation. The world of two guys talking sounds like the getting to know your host episode. We typically call that the 101 of whatever program we're pushing through the network. The 101 episode is where you get to introduce yourselves, but more importantly, you get to introduce the reason, the fuel of why you're podcasting.
Yeah, who you are, what they do, and
That way, when somebody goes, geez, I don't know anything about you. Why would I ever listen to your podcast, man?
Dude.
Well, you point them back to the 101 and it's all done and you don't have to worry about it.
I'd say that's something that we never did. We just started. We're like, hey, we're just random people talking to you now.
Yeah. Welcome.
It's
All
okay.
right.
It turns into a piece inside of a menu system you can offer people when you have a podcast studio
or a museum.
or a museum.
All right.
Yeah, the 101 also allows people to have a literal place to bloat their ego and not feel like it's out of place, because that's one of the big problems I think that encapsulates a lot of podcasters so much that it becomes a speed bump where it's like, why would anybody want to listen to me? And that does become a huge speed bump, especially for people that really want to do it, but they can't quite get over the hump. Well, if you give them a place, okay, inside your 101, that's where we're going to talk about you, but more importantly, we're going to talk about why you're podcasting. And as soon as you scoot them past the part of it's all about me, why are people going to look at me, and you get to the part of the why, that's when people the light bulb moment starts to happen with their podcast. And that's why I push them into a 101 episode, regardless of what flavor the podcast is.
I think I still sit back and go, people actually listen to us? Why? Why do they?
Well, come on. By the way, Andrew Jelina's show, I want to show you guys. There you go. The podcast for the rest of the tech industry.
Nice.
And Andrew also did the 5-week video challenge. Congrats, my brother.
Ah, that's where I recognize him from. Andrew, your videos were very good.
Very good. Wait, see, why did it do that? What's the problem? I'm still here.
You've been attacked by the snow leopard that's now in your
there it is.
backyard.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's not the snow leopard. Oh man, we got It's so cool. Like there's so much wildlife here. It's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Why? What?
Because there's no wildlife anywhere else.
No, but
No.
dude. All I have,
we don't have wildlife in Ohio.
all I have
Yeah.
is northern New Jersey to compare it to. And in northern New Jersey, where I live,
They have animals there. They're all different colors and shit, but they have them.
yeah, but I would maybe see a deer every now and then, and that's it.
On a truck. That's where you'd see a deer. Across the back ass of a truck. That's
Oh,
where you'd see a
jeez.
deer.
Facebook user says, thanks for sharing my show. You rock. I will share your show too. Thank you, Facebook user. By the way, Facebook user, you can
Thanks for joining the lounge.
Yeah, thanks for joining the lounge. And you can share permission to show your name if you want to show your name too. You have to give StreamYard permission. It's
Right.
somewhere in the thing there.
It's right next to
It's
the
in the
button
thing.
that says send Ralph Rivera $1,000.
I
right
mean,
next to
And
that
underneath, send Chris a blue Yeti.
oh no.
Again, another. Buy
Where's the
one,
join
get one
link?
free.
Jason, if you want to jump on, you can, man. I'll PM you the link. Are you guys ready for Jason Bryant?
Let's have Jason Bryant. Step right up. Step
He's-
right up.
He's gonna put you in a leg lock through the internet. Okay.
Oh, is this our
that's
wrestling host
What, that's
guy?
what kind of wrestler he
Is
is.
he going to be wrestling on screen? If not, then
Um,
he can't come in.
Is it wrestling or wrestling?
I have a feeling it's wrestling, but that's just a
Wrestling.
guess.
and I have a feeling he might snap your legs off for pronouncing it like that. Okay, not sure. All
Doubtful.
right, Jason, I sent you the link.
Well, that's why I keep this around, so I can beat people off with it.
Yeah, dude, we should make a video, a
It's
home
weighted,
security
man.
video where someone comes in to steal something and you take a Blue Yeti and you bash him in the head.
No, they don't even have to do anything.
I mean,
They'll
it's-
just see it and run in fear.
Got some weight, so
No!
Just plug the mic in and play the audio back. Jason
Yeah.
Bryan, what's up, dude?
next
Brian,
month,
how
Chris.
are you?
Yeah, it's that wrestling. Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah, that ain't it.
From
That
the
ain't
top
it.
turnbuckle, it's Jason Bryant. Welcome, my friend.
First of all, there are no turnbuckles in Olympic level wrestling.
Oh, somebody said wrestling. I'm so glad that you are a wrestler. Thank you. I
Yes,
wrestled in high school, and so I'm so with you.
This shirt says NCAA wrestling. That does not
Kick ass.
say WWE. Now, while
Brilliant.
Okay.
while Jerry
it's
Briscoe
real
is
wrestling.
a friend of mine, yes. Well, I've got several friends in the industry or in the business, as they call it. But that's. I'm not going to say it's fake. It's just
Jason, I
It's,
remember you. In all seriousness, though, I remember you from your program. So thank you, most importantly, for focusing on what is real wrestling and helping people to understand the value and the literal inside stories of it, because it is sadly a very quickly fading sport inside of just about every corner.
Well, there's the television stuff, which we were going through. I'm in Niagara Falls, Ontario. I'm announcing something weird. I'm in a hotel room, so I'm not in my normal. My camera's normally here, but it's here. So, pardon me for. And I'm using AirPods for mics. Like, ew.
Oh,
We'll
not,
let it go this time.
But so we're
if-
going through.
If
we're
you'd
going
like,
through
I'll
the
stick
border
another couple
in
of
Canada.
extra microphones in front of me so you won't
Okay,
feel.
let's see. Let's.
Oh,
Okay.
Now we're all set.
And,
Now, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't have any other
we
mics to
go.
grab. I have a
And
mic
begin.
stand.
We're set.
Yeah, you've got a mic to grab. Just take the blue pill, Chris. So, as I'm coming through the border today, so picking me up from the airport is Canadian women's Olympic silver medalist Tanya Verbeek. She picks me up in Buffalo. We drive across the border. So we're going through the border, and I got my passport, got my trusty passport right here. She's driving. The border, once we cross the Rainbow Bridge, it's like, okay, what do you hear? How long you been in the U.S.? She's like, 2 hours. Me, I just landed. I'm here till Sunday. And the Border Patrol's like, why do I know your name? And look, not looking at me by any chance. He goes, did you wrestle in the Olympics? She goes, I did. He goes, did you win a medal at the Olympics? She goes, I did. He goes, do you want to fight?
Nice.
She's like, no. It's just like and then we pull and she's like, I don't know why people ask me that all the time. They just ask if I'm 120 pounds, you're 250 pounds. I don't want to fight you. I mean, I'm a better wrestler, but I don't want to fight you. So
Yeah, almost seems like a flirty thing. Like, hey, you want to fight? Oh, here, hey.
yeah, her boyfriend would kick his ass too, because he was pretty good. So yeah, it's Podcasters Lounge time. I got to say, Chris, unlike the School of Podcasting, I think this is only the third different country I've watched your program
Wow.
in. But I think Dave might be up to 10 or 11 different countries I've checked in on the School of Podcasting. So
On his Saturday stream.
yeah, I've watched from Uzbekistan and I don't know, a bunch of different stands. I've been to 4 different Soviet republics. I've never been to Montana.
You were about to say Kerblakistan, weren't you?
Kerplakistan, yes. I've been to Kerplakistan 4 times. That's Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Mother Russia. They're all Kerplakistan.
Our reviews.
Wait. I was joking. I thought that was a Dr. Evil made up
It is.
country.
It is.
Okay.
But I say it all the time.
The
Like
land.
like I say here, I'm in Canada. It's Kanakistan.
Yeah, really.
The countries that were depicted inside of the hit Fox show 24 that we reviewed for so long, that was Whateveristan.
Never seen a single episode of 24.
Me neither, but I heard it was great.
Not as great as wrestling, but very cool.
I'm holding off on The Mandalorian until I get at least like 5 or 6 episodes to backlog. Like I can't jump in, and I don't like that suspense of waiting a week anymore.
Yeah.
So that means
Netflix
let
is
me-
like
podcast,
ruined us.
so podcasts related to Mandalorian, I cannot wait. It's like fantasy football podcast. It's like, shit, I gotta wait a week. I don't want to do that. I'm just so used to like even like some of my, I mean, other than like Dave's show or things I watch live, it's like I can't. No, I need to binge. I can't.
Yeah.
We waited for 4 episodes on The Mandalorian so that we could have essentially a movie experience with it rather than that. And now you get to wait a week experience because I didn't want to do that either.
Yeah, I saw something that says like The Mandalorian's got to wait. Like Cord Killers is like, yeah, we're on hold with The Mandalorian. I'm like, wait, is there a break or something that I'm not aware of? But I haven't started it. I have Disney Plus, but I can't get on Disney Plus on my TVs because my kids are all over Disney Plus.
Oh,
mine are too. But my kids love The Mandalorian, so I've gotten to watch all the episodes multiple times.
I have a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old, both girls. Yeah, they're not in the Mandalorian phase yet.
Oh, you get to watch princesses, and
They might be.
Bro.
If they get a glimpse of Baby Yoda, they're up, dude.
Bro, we're in
True.
a heavy, hardcore Lion King phase right now.
oh, okay,
okay.
Yeah, not
Like
the
the
new one, the original.
okay, good. The original one that is a classic.
Yeah, we're doing a whole lot of lifting of stuffed animals.
And why is the new Lion King not as good?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Brad?
different. Chris, it's a different
I-
flavor of ice cream.
Okay.
It's ice cream, but it's not a great flavor of ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's like-
no.
it's like
it's like
cold
ice
pizza.
cream that's sat in the fridge too long. and
Oh,
it's got that frost over the top of it, and you're just like,
why do they do that? Hey, Brad, because since you have a show that talks movies, do you ever think they'll redo The Matrix?
Well, they're gonna do the 4th one. They've already said a Matrix 4 is coming with
Really?
Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu Reeves coming back.
What about
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but
what's his name? I can't
Morpheus,
remember. Yeah,
Lawrence Fishburne.
yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne. They I don't think they mentioned him. They mostly Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss. But
Interesting.
apparently there's some scheduling conflicts between Bill and Ted, The Matrix 4, and then John Wick 4 of,
These are
Keanu's-
3
Keanu-
things that should never intersect.
Well,
How?
Keanu's schedule is so busy right now that some of the scheduling is a little off.
Do you realize we still said Matrix, Bill and Ted, and then something? There are 4 different decades
That's- yeah,
represented in
exactly.
3 different movies here. That's not logical.
They should do it like they do those new superhero movies. Just combine all the movies into one.
I saw Bill and Ted in middle school. I saw The Matrix in high school. I haven't even seen the other thing.
You can come full circle.
Yeah, no. Like my kids are going to be in middle school by the time. Do you realize that doesn't make sense?
Neo Wick's Excellent Adventure. That's what it should be called. Okay.
Yeah, and whatever happened to Bill S. Preston? His career didn't do shit. Like, I mean,
wait, who's that?
Why don't we? The other guy,
Alex Winter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, him. Yeah, can we do an alternate reality? Let's do what happens in the Matrix with this guy. What was his life like? Okay, Mr. Anderson's over here. Well, what's this guy like? Okay, the dude that's dad married his classmate type stuff going on. What's his Matrix like? Okay, that's what I want to know.
Married mom.
Oh, hey now.
I mean, he did start the whole like MILF thing.
Started a porn channel.
Oh God.
He was in the Dark Matrix, not. He was the side of the Matrix you didn't want
The
to go
John Wicktress.
There wasn't even a Dark Matrix when that came out. I mean, there was no Dark ARPANET. Come on.
Dark ARPANET. Awesome. That's awesome.
Speaking
I've been listening to a lot of Darknet Diaries lately. I've been binging that, so
oh yeah. I like that show too.
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty scary. I mean, all in all.
I think he's got too many dramatic pauses.
Really?
You know, I would tend to join you, but not really.
Again. Look what I did to you again.
But then they logged on to the internet.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what though, that guy,
He put his time in. He puts his work in.
It's a well-produced show and it sounds good and yeah, well, but although he had a couple, maybe 2 out of the last 10 episodes, the guests that he had on, he didn't have the guest loud enough, or the guest
audio quality was definitely
like a little sketchy. I'm telling
good.
you, dealing with crappy audio is not easy. I mean, even I wrestle with that stuff. Yes.
Yay, pun intended.
So for an
average,
average,
what though, Chris, though, it's a killer though. It's no joke.
It's no joke. Well, and one of them, and this has happened before. A lot of people who join by phone, not a lot, but sometimes they're in the 2 to 3 kilohertz range. It's too sharp, and so it kind of hurts your ears and
piercing.
Like,
yeah.
And their sibilance is in that 2 to 3 kilohertz range, and when sibilance is that low, it is ultra harsh, and it's like I'm listening on my phone. Like I'll have my phone just sitting on a table, and I'll be listening to the show or something, and that sibilance is like from my phone. It's like, wow, that's sharp.
When we first started podcasting, there wasn't a tie through, at least that I was aware of, and so we used a very special phone that was made for people that were hard of hearing, and so it had all this cool attenuation stuff that you could do with it, so that the actual wireless handset that was available, it had filters and systems built inside the handset so that you could make sure that it would be the appropriate attenuation. It was really, really cool, and it gave us this very consistent, pungent sound, but not piercing. And it was a great boon for us, especially when we were interviewing people overseas.
What do they call that? Is that a TTD or a TTY or something like that?
The TTY was the thing that you were it looks like an old typewriter. This is actually just a phone that actually interacts with a variety of the different bell tone hearing aids. And so there was actually attenuation and filter systems built into the handset so that you could hold it up to your ear and it wouldn't give you the whole whistling, I've got a phone up to my ear thing. It was very cool. I've even still got it. It could even go in a museum somewhere, really.
Oh, me.
Look at that Quick Trip cup.
Go QT. Are they in Canada right now, eh?
No, dude, I live in Minnesota. I'm just here on a work trip.
Oh, all right, kick ass, right? We're at Minnesota,
Twin Cities,
not Twin Cities. Okay,
where everybody lives.
I was in New Hope.
I have
for
a
series
lot of
years.
friends that live there. It's a nice place.
Yeah, there's like 75% of the state lives in the Twin Cities, and then the other lives in either Rochester, St. Cloud, or Fargo, which is it's North Dakota, but for years the joke was, what's the best college football team in Minnesota? North Dakota State. No, I lived out and I lived. Chris, when did you change your thing to idiot? Has that been there the whole time?
Stream.
Last week.
Was that really there the whole time?
Yeah,
been
the
there
whole time. And I'll be going to the DMV tomorrow. Yep.
It's so that he can do this.
Because I was about to be like, I used to live where he's above me here. He's there. I was like, I used to live where that guy lives. I lived in Colorado Springs for 3 years. So, yeah, I'm here announcing the Canadian Olympic trials. So, yeah, they brought in an American to announce their tournament.
Were any of your friends murdered by bobcats while living there?
No, it was snow leopards.
Are there any wrestling coaches that give their wrestlers the Bobby Knight treatment and just absolutely rip them to shreds and destroy them for pep talks?
Every single practice. Every team across the country, every school, every level.
No, that minute and 18-second clip of Bobby Knight's halftime speech? Did you guys ever hear that?
I grew up around the Bobby Knight with the chair throwing, and then the Hall of Fame induction, the very uncomfortable Isaiah Thomas speech. Yeah.
But dude, all of you guys and everyone watching, everyone needs to hear, if you're into hear something crazy, look up Bobby Knight halftime speech on YouTube. It's 1 minute and 18 seconds, and it's a locker room in halftime, and you just couple seconds of silence, and then you hear him come in, and he gives 1 minute and 18-second speech. It rivals the Gettysburg Address. I'm not even kidding.
Or Casey Kasem's dog death dedication.
It is one of the most classic pieces of audio. He rips this team. It's so great. It's just great. I mean, it's obviously too much, but you got to go listen to that. I'd love to play it here, but I think in 1 minute and 18 seconds, my brother counted like 23 or 25 F-bombs.
Is that all? Dude, I covered. All right. I worked for a hockey team out here my first freshman year in college. A guy named John Brophy, God rest his soul. The character who Slapshot is based around is a guy named John Brophy. He is the all-time career penalty minutes holder in minor league hockey history. We had when I worked at the newspaper in Virginia, we had a 250-word clip of his post-match presser, and this is lower level East Coast Hockey League, 1996-97 era. 14 of those words were able to be printed. I mean, something like absurd. It was like if you're looking, it was looking like looking at a government document redacted. It was like the only things that could be printed. It was like I mean, because we had the actual transcript of it. Like, I mean, there are like it was like a crash course for an intern to be like, how do you edit this for radio? It'd be like, the dog is going to suck the referee. I mean, it was so bad. So
the best is multiple beeps when it's like, and you beep, 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 and then then there's a word and beep, beep.
This is what it was. This was filth, flarn, filth. Like, I don't know. Can we even mention that anymore? Is that you can't even mention that anymore? So
what? I didn't hear that. What did you say?
Well, the comedian who is known for saying the filth, flarn, filth. I don't think you can mention him anymore.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know what that means. I didn't.
Jello pudding pops, picture pages. Yeah, Dr. Huxtable. I don't think you can mention him anymore.
Best dad in America. That guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, terrific.
By the way, Chris, I do want to say that I've covered wrestling around the world. I've been to some of the best places and the worst places on the planet. I get into my hotel room, I look out the window, and there's the freaking falls. It is by far the best hotel wrestling. Like, oh look, there's the Horseshoe Falls, like literally there. Like,
wow.
I look out. It's dark now, but it's like that's the best view out of my hotel I've ever had at a wrestling tournament. So far, Canada wins.
Cool. Yeah, make a video tomorrow of yourself in front of the window.
Because in Kazakhstan, it was a construction site, and that was like in October. So
I fell down the informational rabbit hole about the Horseshoe Falls when they drained it back in the late 60s, I think, or maybe mid 70s, and what they found at the bottom and all that. Very interesting. Very interesting.
To the Google machine.
It's very slick.
Raining horseshoe. Be careful how you type this one.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't want to end up on some of these you might want to search on incognito window.
The
Brad,
history is very cool, and it was I think what I found the most interesting is when you could find two continental governments working together to get something actually done. So it's a very interesting story.
Sounds like there should be a documentary on that. Probably is, right?
There might be.
Yeah.
It might almost
the Arrows Bridge.
Oh,
it might almost have too many too many bright colors in it. There's no strife. I don't know.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, I was going to ask you, Brad, what's the next movie you're going to cover on your show?
Knives Out.
Oh, I saw that.
Dude, the promo
really good.
Have been, like the Martha Stewart promo with, I'm like, I have no idea what this is about, but this trailer is hilarious. Or promo is hilarious.
It's a classic like whodunit movie, and it's really well done.
Yeah, I really, really liked it. There was only well, I don't want to. Should I say anything or should I not say anything?
Well, I don't know anything. Is it a spoof? Is it a?
It's a murder mystery.
Daniel Craig did
murder mystery. Kind of like a Clue type of thing.
Yeah, but really well done. And Daniel Craig,
comedic and dramatic at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it has some good comedy in it, and yeah,
it's
Directed
interesting. It's good. Well,
directed by the same guy that directed The Last Jedi.
The visionary director of The Last Jedi.
Oh my. Yeah, it was good. But Daniel Craig. So Daniel Craig had a French name.
I love The Last Jedi. So
wait, James Bond is French?
No, he had a French name, but then he talked with a Southern accent.
He talked with like a Kentucky accent.
And literally about a third of the way through the movie, it took me that long. I thought he was trying to do a French accent, and I'm like, oh my God, he's murdering this French accent. And then I realized that's a Southern
it's not a French accent.
What
are you from Jersey or something?
Hi, how you doing? My name's Jonathan Delacroix.
But I
It was
tell you
kinda
what,
like that, yeah.
he even that little tiny bit of weirdness, which wasn't really bad. It wasn't bad. It didn't take away anything. It was still a great movie, man.
Oh yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, last movie I saw was Frozen 2.
I saw that too.
Good.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was
Not terrible.
I have two boys, and they come out.
My girls made it through the whole movie without having to go to the bathroom. I just know that we got 2 bags of popcorn, one for my oldest and me, and one for my youngest and my wife. Next time we go to the movie with both kids, we're gonna need 4 bags of popcorn.
Okay.
It must be a popcorn because we did that. We got a their extra large one, and both the kids just tore through it. And maybe it's that movie. It's just gets the kids. And they just got to eat the popcorn.
Or as parents, are you supposed to like feed them a lot of food before you go to the movies? Like you eat that meatloaf, right?
You're going to eat the food, but don't drink very much because I don't want to get up and take you to the bathroom.
All right. One thing that was actually not to break the this just popped into my head as my wife just texted me. She said something about November, or was talking about Napod Pomo, which I actually went through. And my network did it. We did 45 episodes in 30 days. So we definitely was one episode. So my wife goes, wait. So November is put a podcast out every month and don't shave month. Sounds like a bunch of real winners.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, actually, yeah, she's not wrong here.
So November is the don't shave month, right? Wait, isn't November also the month that Joe Rogan and his crew they stay sober for the whole? No, that's sober.
Joe
October.
Rogan and sober never in the same sentence.
No, dude. For the last 5 years, every October for the entire month, literally him and a bunch of his friends completely sober for an entire month.
The lowest ratings of their show ever.
No, I don't think so.
No.
But you wouldn't know because there's 90 minutes of commercials at the beginning.
Oh.
And then when they're not sober, when they're not drunk, they only have to talk for 10 minutes.
Oh, geez.
Sup, bitches? Let's talk about dipping your car. Let's talk about legal weed. Let's talk. Yeah.
Although he talks a lot about Tesla because I think he has one. And actually, with that new Tesla truck coming out,
Cybertruck.
I've never driven a
Straight
Tesla.
out of T2, straight out of Terminator. Like, it's like, yeah.
Right? But everyone says like, oh, when they first saw it, it was like, oh, what is that? And then over like the period of a few days, they're like, no, that's pretty cool, actually. So
I'd have it instantaneously. There'd be a mic rig in the back instantaneously without question.
that's so cool because no engine rumble, so you don't have to filter out the low mids. So
Yeah. Well, Chris, I'll have some good news here, and hopefully my renovation's almost done. So that studio that I've been talking about for I don't know, since July.
yeah.
Yeah, the space is done. Now I just have to actually build the bar. I've got this sit stand desk. I have to sound treat everything now, but hopefully by New Year's I'll actually have a space that I can finally do my show again. Versus my
that's
bedroom,
cool.
which has been brutal. I've had no recording space since July.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I've been in the corner of my bedroom.
Wow. Well,
yeah,
Teaches you the lesson of functionality, though, doesn't it?
and minimalism.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
So yes, when
No
you're
question.
building up your new studio and stuff, we need to see pictures and video and all that.
Yeah, well,
and then
the thing is, I think I can work the desk space so I can actually start recording down there while I build everything else. It's going to be a little hollow, but I might actually start running the video and be like, okay, I'm going to build my desk now, like do like stop motion, whatever.
Yeah, do that. And then once you have everything set up, then you could come back on my show and we could talk about it. And
Yes, I've been actually holding off on wanting to come back on the
Perfect.
school because I have way cool setups now. I mean, I've got a whole completely different chain since the last time I was on. That was like
That.
4 years ago.
yeah, or 3, yeah, something like that.
Now, what episode are you on now?
159 or something.
Because was Dave Jackson on like 31? Because I think that's the first time I think I heard it.
I think he was on like around 15 actually. Something.
It
like
was
that.
early.
It was early.
I don't even remember when I was on, but it was.
Oh,
it was
Bandrew's
also
here. What's
early.
up, Bandrew? Mr. Podcastage.
This is what he says.
This is what he says. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
listen to Bandrew.
Well,
Anything that's about podcasting, I listen to.
Yeah, of course. And so before I forget to mention it, I want to tell everybody, including you, Bandrew, and everybody else watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Sound great. And I wanted to, that's what Ralph said when he came on the stream. The first thing he says, he's like, sound great. No, I want to start doing some videos for YouTube, and I want to have guys like you and gals like you on to where we do a video recording where you show me share your screen to basically show me an overview of your post-production with your software and your plugins, whatever you're doing. You know, and it doesn't have to take long. Could be 5 minutes. But as we talk about it, it'll take longer. But
Chris,
anyway,
podcast
that's
editing only takes 5 minutes. What are you talking about?
You just
oh, you're
drop
gonna
it
do a
on.
whole episode.
You just
Well,
go
I
on
just did the-
Auphonic and let it do
I
its
had-
thing, right?
I had ScreenFlow, and then for some reason, when you updated, I don't know how many different OSs ago on a Mac, it was like, oh yeah, you don't work anymore. I'm like, wait, no, I bought this. I should be working. So now, like to do a screen capture, I've got to figure out how to do it again. I haven't done it in a while.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's
Well,
not hard.
there's actually a sharing portion inside this program, Jason. So you can, whatever's on your screen and you happen to show him, it'll work on through.
all right. So reminder, Chris, close that incognito window.
Oh, hey now. Or have that on a different machine, dude. Yeah.
Make
so,
sure you don't have one of these just laying around.
Andrew, look. Dude.
Dude, hey, Chris, so like a couple days, I don't know, I think it was 3 or 4 days into my Napad Pomo, I'm like, all right, I got to do my little daily, because it's the college wrestling season, so I'm doing like a 10-minute recap of the scores and then stuff that's in my newsletter. It's kind of like a merge of like a SportsCenter update meets pod news, because it's like, here's what's on the newsletter, and it's wrestling news from the Asbury Park Press. Rutgers wrestling coach Scott Goodale says Greg Schiano's a great hire. Plus, there's an interview with the editor. That's me. you know, so I've got. By the way, I love his show. By the way, I'm not mocking him. I actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's like, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, shit, my wife's already asleep. I'm in the corner. I'm like, so I took the AirPods, I took Backpack Studio on my phone and my notes and did my show in my garage because my kids were asleep. And I was like, this is the worst sounding audio ever. I'm never doing this again.
Yeah, AirPods too. Yeah.
Well, it was like, I was like, because I couldn't find my USB. I couldn't find all my stuff is everywhere. So I couldn't find my 2100 or 2005. I couldn't find the camera connection kit. I couldn't find any of the dongles. I'm like, F it. I'm using the AirPods. I'm going to stand here and read the script off my phone. I did do an entire show at a fish house parade in Aiken, Minnesota, because I didn't bring any gear. I'm like, all right, let's record using voice memo. Go. And I got a podcast out of it. So I've recorded like, I don't know how many did 45 shows in like 15 different environments in the month of November. So
that is cool.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. All right. Speaking of shows, I'm going to check out.
All right, brother. Yeah, we're pretty much done as well.
What a pleasure. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, I'm an hour ahead of my normal time. So it's like 11 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. I got scores to update and things of that nature.
I will call it wrestling. It is wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah, I do like wrestling. I subscribe to many, many shows about wrestling, including those from Conrad Thompson, who also, like Joe Rogan, has 15 minutes of ads sometimes as part of his shows. They're good, though, because they're like pro wrestling when I was like 8 growing up. So
cool. Well, Jason, thanks for jumping on, brother. Great seeing
you. From Canada.
From Canuckistan.
Canuckistan. A hotel room I haven't been to Ontario. I haven't been to this part of Canada in 15 years. So.
By the way, there's a place in Quebec, I've heard, that in the winter,
Quebec,
because it's so
Quebec
cold.
is in Canada. That's France, so screw them.
Oh, Quebec.
If you watch Letterkenny, they
so
it's a great Canadian show, by the way.
In Quebec, they apparently in the winter, they create an entire, it's probably small, but it's a hotel where you can literally stay in a room, rent a room. The entire thing is made out of ice.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen that. They also have those in like Iceland. No pun intended. They actually do
really
have them in Greenland and Iceland. They actually do that too, and I think parts of Sweden. But yeah, and Bandrew, my record is 47 shows on my network in a month. So 45 is a bit much.
Yeah,
more than 40, more than 45, more than half of those I did myself. So I do have people that were doing shows, but of those 45, I actually did have my hands on all 45 of them. It wasn't like, oh, they're posting it. No, that's me doing something to 45 different shows.
Cool. That's awesome. Wow. So anyway, Jason and everyone else, keep tracking the Podcasters Lounge. We're going to do another Podcasters Challenge, maybe in January or February. We don't know what we're going to do yet, but if you have any ideas, let us know. How many emails a day you can send to Bandrew?
I have some ideas.
Oh,
it's too easy. It's too easy.
Chris, have you seen my Blue Yeti? I actually have a legitimate Blue Yeti cup sent to me by Pratt County Community College Wrestling. It's a giant Blue Yeti cup, and I actually keep it on my desk when I'm podcasting. This is the only Blue Yeti that was available on the show, and it was actually the indestructible cup, and it was blue, and it was a Yeti. So.
Wow. So it has nothing to do with the microphone. It's just a different
None.
Blue Yeti.
No, you might be able to fit the Blue Yeti in the Blue Yeti.
Okay.
Can you plug that cup into your USB port and get perfect sound from it?
Is it multi-pattern, actually?
But
but if you put your phone into it, it creates a really good speaker in your car.
You're talking to the top of it, right? The
Yeah.
top, you're talking to it.
Bandrew, right? Talking to the top.
No,
What,
by the way,
what kind of drink comes out when you flip it over to the figure 8 figure?
Just pour it out.
I was gonna. That's the Viagra.
Oh my
model.
God! All right, this is getting loopy.
Wow.
It's
That's what happens when it gets late.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jason Bryant. Thank you, Mike Wilkerson.
You bet, buddy. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Brad Hargis. Thanks, Bandrew. Thanks to
Thank
everyone who was here. We appreciate you. And he's waiting to say it. Are we going to say it? All right.
He's holding it in.
All right. Let's just say it and get it out of the way. Go.
Great.
All right. Peace out, everybody. See you next month.
We'll see you guys.
Adios.
You're ruining the still shot.
Y'all are killing me. What? Bandrew says. We should just keep doing a fake ending to the stream, like every minute or two. Be like, "We're out. Goodbye. Thank you," and then just keep talking.
Now just tilt a bag of munchies up with a quick trip and be like,
Oh my God, I'm still waiting for.
Then Chris can go to Loaf and Jug and get some Turkey Hill iced tea.
I want to do a road trip with Bandrew to Rupert Neve's house in Texas. That's what I want. I mean, I'm just stating it clearly.
Well, is Bandrew, are you in Texas this week? Where's he at this week?
Where's he at?
He's going to keep moving around so they don't find him.
He's in a plane
asking
at
him-
45,000 feet.
Quit asking him questions. He's eating pizza.
All right, we're going to end the broadcast.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Brad. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mike. Thank
See you.
you,
Have a great
Jason.
night, man. See ya.
Thanks to Ralph and everybody. Adios. Rock on. Peace out. Thank you.
Bye-bye.